I don't remember what Mosby was offering me for the drill. Actually, it might be a fair point. I may want to keep the drill head here for the moment. I do want to give it up at some point, obviously. But I kind of want to be reminded about what every faction is offering me, and I don't want to accidentally give it away to somebody. So, we're off to Mosby's. We're going to sell a bunch of this stuff, and we're going to go from there. Hello. Do you have any good ammo for me? Oh, hey, you actually have 556 rounds. I need those. Not any of the guns I have right now. .45 cal. Okay. Do you guys have anything to trade? What is that? Bolt action rifle that's been cut down into a makeshift handgun. Huh. That's pretty neat.
Interesting.
I don't really have a use for that, but it's interesting. What about you? What is that? Greedy hand. The calcified remains of a massive bony hand. It whispers promises of great fortune, but at the same time you also feel very hungry. Increases your chance of finding loot, but increases your hunger rate. Huh. I mean, that does seem pretty cool. I do like loot. Let's see if we can get a trade for that. We'll just trade this guy all of our worthless goodies. So I know there's like a weighted system here. So like, there's like little tiny arrows up and arrows down next to these items, which means technically he values this less than 2,500. And a lot of these are valued more than 2,500, but I don't know. I'm not super worried about that. I might keep the... No, I definitely have a attack rebreather somewhere. And a grenade. Nope, not quite. What about one flare? What about 2 flares? What about 3 flares? What about 6 flares? What about 5 flares? You want all 6 of my flares?
Oh my.
What about just the computer board instead? Do you want that more? We'll just get rid of the flares. We don't need them. There we go. So now we have a spooky claw hand in our inventory that makes us get better loot. But we get hungry faster. Whatever. I don't think I've ever really struggled too much. Well, I shouldn't say that. I have struggled with hunger. But it's not too bad. Hunger doesn't seem like it's that much of a crutch. Alright, so we're going to Mosby's. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't want to accidentally trade away the drill in a dialogue option. I don't know if that's even possible or likely, but yeah. We'll see what they're offering. I think the broker was offering a lot of money. I think what he said was something along the lines of he would pay off like a large sum of my debt, which I have a considerable amount of debt. That's 3 million in debt. I don't really know what happens when you pay your debt off. I assume that means you could just kind of end the game whenever you want. I don't know. But we'll see what Mosby has to say. Eventually, we're going to have to explore farther north, and that concerns me slightly because I don't know how we're going to deal with the dead bridge. I don't have any idea how we would get across that other than disguising ourselves as an NFTA agent. Which, I mean, we could do, but this could be pretty difficult. Why? I keep feeling I'm hearing footsteps behind me. But I don't think that's real. Should I even be following this? Is it you? No. What have I walked into? There we go. Oh, congratulations. You literally led me to death. And apparently radiation. Interestingly enough. I'm not really quite sure why there's radiation here, but let's not worry about it. So I wonder how the skeletal hand works, the greedy hand. I wonder if it's something where, like, you have to enter the map with it. Like, I guess the question is, when does the loot spawn? Does it spawn when you enter the map, or does it spawn when you, like, interact with the container? Because I could see something where, like, you could interact, like, bring it onto a map and then drop it so that you don't get the hunger penalties. What is that? I wish I knew what that was. Let's just kind of let these guys go. That's why if you reload a save, it randomizes the contents. Yeah. It spawns when you interact with the container. Okay. That's why... Okay, I understand. Yeah, so you would have to keep it on you. That's good. I'm glad that they thought that through. Because that's the first thing that came to my mind to, like, kind of cheese it a little bit. Was to just kind of drop it when you entered the area. All right, Mosby. Let's see what you're offering me. Good sir. It's been a while since we've been to Mosby's lab. I still wonder about that visual effect and what it means. Or whether it's just kind of a thing. Like, it seems to direct you. Like, it seems like there's a direction to it. And I don't know if it's a direction towards, like, a particularly dangerous entity. If it's a certain entity that's doing that, or if it's something else. Hello? Why would I... Is that just in case? That may just be in case we wanted to look at that again. You have no new contracts. What do you have? Attack type 12 pistol. Isn't that what we have? No, we have a suppressed PKP. 375, 340, 1200, 857. Extended mag. I wonder if this would be a little bit better than the pistol that I have. Contractor vest. Trader wants a better weapon. Trader needs a weapon. Oh, so I can't just take his gun without replacing it with a better one. Alright, well that's kind of lame. Sorry about that, buddy. I'm not giving you a better weapon. In a past life, I've seen what you've done with those. Night vision goggles. Not really the coup I was looking for here. We'll buy the 9mm rounds. Oh, they actually have a lot of 9mm rounds here. Alright. I'm always looking for 5.56 rounds. And then I actually am gonna buy a bunch of gauze, because I have the components to build a bunch of medkits, but I don't actually have the gauze for that. Let's see. I was gonna sell a bunch of stuff here. Sell the computer board, the infrastructure records. Let's see. One of the lighters. You know, it is notable that our food is going down quite a bit. Our food is going down quite a bit. There we go. It's a bunch of medkits for us. Hello, Mosby. Anything I can help you find? Yes. Phosphates. We could sell them the ether cell. I don't think I want to do that. I need it for my key. I have questions for you. What was the equipment you said you needed? When I still worked at the Ether Research Lab, we ran experiments using a prototype micro drill. Yes. The only working prototype I have access to is missing the laser drill head. I'll need a replacement. There may even still be another prototype drill somewhere in the zone if we're lucky. Prototype drill. Retrieve his prototype drill head. So he'd give me a hazard suit and $10,000. Huh. And that's a mission. That's separate from a contract. Interesting. So then we'll go see what the broker is offering for us. Is there anything else you have? I'm kind of curious about this ether flux scanner. It's 2 kilograms. This costs $18,000. It's kind of cool looking. I kind of want to monkey around with it. It might do something cool. Like, if it can help us find artifacts, I think that would make it really useful, yeah? I don't really know why it has a mag size or a muzzle velocity, though. That's kind of weird. Why are grenades so Grenades are so heavy. They're like 1 kilogram for one? Almost. 0.8 kilograms? Let's buy it. I'm gonna buy it. I don't know how useful it is, what it does for me, but we're gonna play with it. We're gonna play with shiny toys. We're gonna see what they do. Alright, so let's head towards the broker and see what he has to offer. It should be nighttime now, I think. Okay, I was completely wrong. Huh. Interesting. Maybe we'll take a little bit of a break from... Maybe we won't go check out that yet, because I'm kind of curious about this. Let's go see what this is about. There's a wrench. I swear, if this is just another way to find these, like, environmental hazards, I might flip. It might just be another way to engage with these environmental hazards. It might also detect other things, like if there are artifacts on the map. Like, here's a theory. Let's test the theory. It doesn't seem to recognize that artifact. Okay, well, there goes my idea. Empty. Thanks for the better loot drops game. I mean, it's just leading me out into this field where this, like, interference is. Unless there's something more out here. Like, maybe there's something causing the interference? There's something out there, that's for sure. It's not something we're gonna be able to engage with, though. Because radiation... I mean, radiation doesn't actually do that much damage. We'd probably need a shovel, though, and I don't have a shovel. I feel like this device is a device... Oh, that's Revolution. Don't mind me. I didn't mean to shoot you, buddy. It was a joke. I'm sorry. It seems like an item that the game would utilize as, like, a secret detector, if that makes sense. Especially in a game like this, where, like, ether is king. Ether puts off these readings. Rare artifacts radiate ether. It seems like something... Oh, there's a lot of things here. Interesting. Okay. I'm just passing through. Don't mind me. I feel like I need a shovel. I feel like the game is telling me that I need to go do treasure hunting. Oh, is it? I thought maybe this ether canister was, like, giving off a signal. Huh. Okay, so you can use it to also find these hazards. That makes sense. Again, it's all tied to ether, right? But now you got the itch, the curiosity itch, which is what's buried out there in the ground that's so radioactive dangerous. Also, another thing to keep in mind, there was something, we were going to look for this boxcar on track 9. Ow. Whoa. There's a lot going on all of a sudden. Yeah, track 9. Maybe I should pay attention to the game around me instead of being distracted by the game's mysteries. I mean, we should do a little bit of both, right? We should both be distracted by the game's mysteries and also pay attention. I don't know where the insurrection guy that was shooting at me went. He could literally be anywhere. Or he could have died. That's another possibility. here's track 9. Is it safe to be up here? Absolutely not. Am I still gonna be up here? Absolutely. Okay, I lied. Those are revolutionaries. We're not going to accidentally shoot them this time. Tell you what. No lock found? What? But there is a lock. It's right here. There we go. How much ether did that take? 80. Alright, let's see what we have here. Hello. Hey, remember that carbine that I sold? I got a new one. It's not really particularly better than the one I had. I mean, I think I did like the carbine better than the SMG, but yeah, not super exciting. How much did that cost? Also 80. Hello? All right. We're in, boys. Hello, Thorn. How are you today?
Over here.
All right, we have our military disguise. Okay, this beeping is actually becoming obnoxious. Let's reduce the sensitivity on it.
Let's move.
To like whatever 5 MWB is. And then we'll work our way to the broker.
See you around.
Hello, revolutionaries. Just playing some Salt and Sanctuary, watching my stream backlog. Dropped by to check out what you were up to. I am trying not to die. I found a fancy drill bit in a spooky area, and I'm running around seeing what people are willing to offer me for it. It's worth, I think it was $32,000, and... What? They're not after me, they're revolutionaries. Sorry, let me get into a safer area, shall we? Oh, hello. That's interesting. But yeah, it's worth like $32,000. The good Dr. Mosby is willing to offer me $10,000 and a hazard suit armor for it. But Dr. Mosby does seem like the well-wishing doctor who's trying to better the world. He's trying to stop the world from becoming worse than it is. Which, the world is quite bad right now. Let's see what's going on over here, shall we? Oh, no. I don't... What time is it? Hold on. It's 10 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to be going into another dungeon tonight. That seems like a bad idea. But I also know that the broker, who has also had rather cordial relations with me, he was also offering money for it, but at the cost of a reputation hit to the revolution. Let's just stick our head in and see what's going on for just a brief second. Why are all these places pitch black? Oh no, is this like a subway line? What is this place? Oh, this is like a infrastructure line. Oh, this is so weird. Oh, you know what this is? I bet this is where we have to go to find this root thing. Collect a small sample of the red root anomaly. Because they said something about it being, like, in, like, a construction, like an infrastructure zone. And this seems pretty infrastructure-y. Okay, I hate this. There's so many paths for things to come at me. It's a ghoul with a gun, huh? Do you remember how I said I wasn't going to explore here? Apparently, I'm just full of poor decisions today. I wonder... So the anomaly reading thing is not showing anything, which is interesting. Curiosity makes fools of us all. Indeed. Indeed. What kind of ammo does this? This uses 9mm. I do have a lot of 9mm rounds. Okay, I took a little bit of damage there. Whoa! No, I'm eating food! Alright, I took a little bit of more damage there. All I wanted to do is enjoy my can of beans. Is that too much to ask for? Oh, man. Alright. Hopefully that just pulled the aggro out of all the enemies in this area, though. That would be nice. You know, a shotgun sounds pretty good right now. You gotta love a danger keep out sign. Sounds like there's so many more. Ah, you can't get me. Cute. Okay. So it looks like the only way forward is through that boarded up passageway. Okay. We could do something about that. This doesn't actually look like a way to go. It looks like whatever path was here had collapsed. So this may actually be the only path forward. I can, like, shoot through the grates. Okay. I see it back there. The problem is I don't really want to waste all of my ammo trying to do that. But it is safer. All right. No, grenade. Seriously? I don't think that did anything. It's like they can't pass through the door properly. They're like too big to get through the door. I think that was the problem there. Too chunky to get through the door. I mean, I'll take it. Certainly won't complain about that. Some mini oxygen tank. I don't think I really need that. Multiple paths to go once again. Something's going on here. Okay. Let's see what's going on here then. This rifle, this BR-61, is really good at range or dealing with one enemy, but it does not fire quickly enough at close range to really deal much to a large number of enemies. So, we do have a Tesseract. We have a way out if we get into a really bad situation. I think that's the only reason I'm doing this. As we go up, though, I don't know if this is where we're supposed to be for this mission. Because I figured we'd be going down. But then again, if we're trying to get around a cave-in, we'd have to go down, or we'd have to go up first, and then go down. Caution. I think if we were being cautious, we wouldn't be here. Oh. I'm gonna get lost in here. I don't think that's an outfit I'm gonna use. But it's nice to see. Let's see, what are these? Heavy rig? 20 kilogram carrying bonus. At the cost of being ridiculously noisy and no camouflage. Man, that's really good though. I don't think we need all of these automag pistols, although I am going to keep one. Let's see. What else do we have here? Up to 80 kilograms without going under 100% movement speed? I believe it. I believe it. I don't know how I feel about the sound, because I get the feeling that my camouflage and noise reduction has helped me a lot over the course of the game. I also kind of feel like this place is enormous. That's what I'm feeling like. Caution. It doesn't look like there's a way through there. Okay. Looks like this is the only way to go. We may want to go down. Seems to be what the game's suggesting. But I am trying to be thorough. As thorough as I can be. This place is this maze. It just seems like a maze. That looks relevant. Is this back at the entrance? It is. Okay, so this is a big circle, basically. Good to know. Good to know. No, No mappings on the interior. Which I'm mostly okay with that. It would be nice if the game wanted to have mapping while continuing to remain deep in immersion. This looks like gas. I don't think I can go down here. Yeah, I can't go down there. But, yeah, if the game wanted to maintain immersion... I mean, do I have a rebreather mask? Integrated gas mask. I'd not be going into places like that without mapping my quickest route out. Yeah, so they could add maybe a drawing tool of some kind. That, like, when you're in, like, a safe spot, you could, like, go into your journal, add an entry, which I don't think that works. I don't think you can just add... Oh, yeah, no, you can add an entry. So, like, you could say, this is the UT308, and then you could draw, like, a map in here. Or you could leave a breadcrumb trail as well. Yeah. Where was... Man, I'm so lost. I think this is the way that I was looking at. Yeah. And then we can go this way. Yeah, this is just a big circle. Okay. The maps themselves, at least so far, do not really seem too complicated. But they're very good at hiding passages. And a lot of times they'll block certain ways with security doors that you have to open up from the other side. And, you know. But it's also very easy to get disoriented and lost. So I haven't actually tried this before. And this is why, because I need a flashlight. I haven't tried to use a gas mask yet. So does this work the way that I think that it should work? Or do I still get... No, I still get affected by the gas. Okay. Apparently the gas is down there is just too powerful. No, 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 no! Oh, that was terrifying. Okay. So now we know that gas masks are kind of useless. Fair enough. It may reduce the damage that you take from it. Now, one thing you could do, if you were really, like, wanting to, like, leave a bread trail, you could do that with, like, ammo. That is something you could do. The only thing you would have to be careful about is that when you leave the area and come back, the instance respawns. Yeah, there's a cleanup mechanic. Technically, I guess you could call it a cleanup mechanic. Yeah, every time you re-enter the instance, it respawns the map. And that's not usually a problem for most of the dungeons I've encountered. I've only encountered, like, one dungeon so far that has, like, multiple paths, or, like, multiple, load doors. I guess you could call them, like, load screen doors to go through. And I have a feeling that was mostly because it was a plot-heavy dungeon. I'm pretty sure those were revolutionaries, but I didn't really get a good look at them. Alright, well, I sated my curiosity for the day. I went into a random dungeon. There's definitely more to that dungeon. Down in the depths. But I don't feel like dying to gas today, so I'm not even going to try. I'm gonna head on to the broker. I'm gonna have a chat with him. And see how much he's willing to offer me for my drill head. This doesn't look like the right way. Maybe it is. No. No, we want to go up here. So where are we? I think we're over here. So we have to kind of follow along a little bit more. It's so nice to have night vision goggles. Ooh. Ow. There must be an anomaly there. One of the anti-grav anomalies. Man, I always get turned around in the depot, and then I can never find my way out. It's just trains, as far as you can see. Let's see, so we have this, like, long building here. It's not quite that long. Oh, hi! I didn't even hear you here. Alright, well, good news. Those guys are definitely revolutionaries, because if they weren't, they would be trying to kill us. Bad news is I'm hearing spooky sounds again, and I don't really know what that means. So this is this building. So if we cross the tracks here, I feel like this is just leading us back to where we were. Yeah, isn't this just back to where we were? Oh no, we were... You know what? I don't know. This is the right way. This is the correct way. That's all I care about. Yeah. Yep, I recognize this path. I don't know. It's hard to navigate the depot. It's strangely difficult to navigate the depot because it's all rail lines and trains as far as the eye can see. And then a bunch of nondescript buildings that don't really seem to be visible on this map. I mean, if you look here, like, I can tell that that building is definitely this building. Of course, I know exactly where I am, too. But even if I only had, like, a relative idea of where I was at, I could be like, okay, there's two long buildings here. One's definitely this one. And then that one's definitely probably this one. But it's harder to do that in the depot. Maybe I'm just bad. That's military. There's more military, too. It's fine. We just gotta be careful. Just kind of take them out piecemeal. We have the advantage. We're in the darkness. Take his MRE. Nice, nice. His ammo. It really does. It really does feel like the night vision goggles are a little bit cheaty. I don't know what faction that was, if any faction. That looked kind of like a loner. So, like, usually, NPCs that are parts of factions will have patches or coloration on their equipment. And let me go take a better look. Maybe shine a flashlight on her. Oh, it's a revolutionary. I can tell because of the red outfit. Oops. Well, that's fine. The revolution still really likes me, so they're probably not going to be too upset about that. I guess that is kind of a drawback of the night vision goggles, is that everything looks green. It's hard to tell people apart when everybody looks green. They reached for their weapon, it was justified. I don't know if that's true. Looks like there's something going on over there, but that's fine. Alright, let's go see the broker. I think we'll probably call it after we talk with the broker. It's very late here. But we did some good dungeon exploration today, including some that I wasn't planning on exploring. I feel like I don't go into the dungeons enough, but also I'm well aware that they're very dangerous, and I don't want to get caught in there. I don't want to die. I like living. Who'd have thought? Alright, do you guys have anything of value? PKP. A venerator and a jacket? Nice. You don't have anything. Tac headset. Let's see. That's kind of a PK-46 3-round burst. Pretty new weapon. Alright, broker. You like the spoke? That's fair. Alright, so he buys rare artifacts. We already knew that. And he buys them for quite a bit more money than they're worth. I should probably put my weapon away. And then, let's see. I caught word there might still be an operational ether drill somewhere in the zone. Portable at that. If you could produce such a thing, I could easily cut $2 million off of your debt. Although, from what I understand it, if Dr. Mosby were to find out you sold me such a thing, I doubt the Revolution would still see you as a friend. Not that that's any concern to me, of course. Let me get my hands on your drill. Second bitter. Okay, do you have any work for me? Oh, that's still all the same stuff, huh? Okay, I could also forward a debt payment. That doesn't seem very useful to me. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Hello, shopkeep. What do you have for me? I can probably sell this ether cell. I don't need it. I also feel like having the medical bag in my backpack is actually completely counterintuitive. BR-61. That's actually the same gun that I have here, but this one has a scope on it, and I really like that scope. Type 18 assault rifles. These infantry assault rifles are actually really good too.
Oh, wow.
I think the carbine's better though. Wait, when did we get another infantry helmet? Oh, we got it from the train. That's right. Okay. Okay, that's identical to my gun. We'll keep that. We don't really need a second one, I don't think. But we can put that in our storage, and in case we lose everything else, we can still have that. We'll keep the phosphates for Dr. Mobius. What do you have to sell? Scoped rifle. I would really like to get a scoped rifle with a suppressor on it. I've had one of those in the past. I don't remember what happened to it. I probably either sold it or forgot it in my stash somewhere. Let's see, you guys do have 9mm rounds. I have burned through, like, all of my 9mm rounds. There we go. Outdated model. Hundreds of thousands were manufactured for a long forgotten war. Okay. So I think we made a lot of really good progress today. I think the most valuable piece of progress that we made, at least as far as the long term goes, is that we actually have an NFTA standard infantry uniform. I think this is going to be super useful for me in the future. What does this mean? This means that we can explore farther north without a problem. We can cross the Dead Bridge. We can be disguised as a NFTA agent. This is an NFTA base. And we can head north into the Stone Maze. I think there's... Is there a way right here to enter the north? Greywater Marsh? Kind of looks like there is, but I don't actually think I've actually checked that out. Maybe we'll do that real quick while we're here. Oh, this is ominous. I forgot that we were in Silent Hill all of a sudden. With spooky noises, too. I don't actually know what this shows, if anything. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I'm sure it's important. That thing cost me a lot of money after all. We'll put on our helmet for a little bit more head protection. Fortunately, whatever spooky thing is going on sounds like it's over there and not anywhere near me. And hopefully it'll stay that way. Okay, so the answer is functionally no. Functionally, there is not a way north from here. That doesn't really surprise me. The dead bridge, with how fortified the dead bridge is, it seems like that would probably be the most obvious path forward. Obviously, there's probably another path if I had to guess. It probably involves going through a spooky dungeon. Who knows? I'm gonna head back to the broker where it's safe. But if we take a look at the map, and I'll as soon as we get into shelter, I'll take a look at the map. Because these spooky noises are for the birds. There we go. Safe and sound. But yeah, like if you look at the map, there's something going on here. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's something at... I mean, this isn't anywhere that we can actually go to. But this may be like a path planned for the future to head north. But it definitely looks like this path... I don't know. There's definitely something here that we can get to somehow. And of course the Greywater Marsh. The Stone Maze seems like probably the... How do I want to say it? There's definitely going to be a lot more added to the map at some point. You can see the paths where it like branches off here. But the Stone Maze, this area up here, just really seems like the end stage, so to speak, of this version of the game. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting. So, yeah, so we have Betrayal of the Revolution. So the broker is willing to pay off $2 million of my debt. That's 2/3 of my debt for the prototype drill head. Or I could deliver it to Dr. Mosby. I know for a fact my lab wasn't the only place near Port Rail that was testing prototype drills. It's kind of wild to me that that prototype drill seems really relevant to the game's story, and you literally find it inside like a dungeon that is very close to the start of the game. Also, Skeleton 4 or Skeleton Coast, I didn't even see this down here. I wonder what's down here. There's still a lot of the map to explore. Dead End. There's a lot of the map to explore. Definitely a lot to do. Definitely. But I think that's gonna be it for this stream. I think I'm done for the day or the night. It's almost 11 o'clock here. So if you want to do some math to figure out what time zone I'm in, whatever, that's fine. But I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow as well. Tomorrow, I think I'm definitely going to take a little bit of a break from Project Silverfish. I think I'm gonna stream some either Majesty 2 or Caesar 3. Majesty 2, I need to get back to streaming. And the TZ right next to mine. Yes, that's correct. And yeah, Majesty 2 I need to get back to, and Caesar 3 I need to work up the bravery to do a mission that I really don't want to do. But that's for tomorrow. That's for future me to deal with. But thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for chatting in the chats. I appreciate it. I can't express that enough, honestly. I was not ever expecting... Yeah, have a good night, Thorn. I was never ever expecting to get more than maybe one person, maybe two people in my chat. But Project Silverfish seems to bring everybody out of their woodwork. Kind of like Silverfish, yeah? But thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you next time. But until then, happy gaming. And good night.